Next on Worcester News tonight, the family of a jogger killed in a hit and run is advocating for the safety of runners. Plus, trying to one day break a record, an Auburn man grows one large tomato plant. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemmon. A cool and gray Tuesday with showers and patchy fog this evening, but it should clear up by Wednesday morning. Let's get a first look at our local forecast for more. Hey there, good evening. I'm meteorologist Pamela Gardner. Well, the checklist for all of New England will continue to be fall jacket, an umbrella, the rain boots late tonight, and watch out for a breeze too. As we track in some showers, we still have an east-southeast wind to watch out for. Sunglasses not necessary until we get into the forecast for tomorrow. And across Worcester County and across much of New England, we will see some sunshine after all this rain that moves through tonight. So our exclusive in-house forecast model shows our temperatures in the 50s from Worcester to Leominster for 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock tonight, and some showers move in from the south and east. Areas of drizzle possible, some cloudy skies in between, and also a little bit of sprinkle activity too. The patchy fog as well. More heavy rain moves in overnight tonight after midnight, and there might be a rumble of thunder with an embedded thunderstorm or thunder shower. 6:45 Wednesday morning, here's a snapshot. Most of the heavy rain has moved on, but still some lingering showers across the Worcester County area. And then by the afternoon, milder temperatures return. I'll show you more on the rain timing, plus how much rain we could see, and the weekend looks iffy. We'll see you for the 10-day. The family of the man struck and killed by a hit-and-run driver is speaking out in an effort to keep runners safe. Daniel DeLima's fiance and sister say they never expected he'd die doing what he loved. They want drivers to hear their message. Our Chandler Walsh has the story.
On August 14, he went just for himself. And we kissed each other and he left.
Junia Bicayo never expected her fiance wouldn't come back from his morning run. Daniel DeLima was jogging in Sutton when he was killed in a hit and run.
The most difficult day for me when the chief came in to say that he was not with us anymore.
Bicayo and DeLima often ran together and shared a fitness tracker app. It shows the moments DeLima's heart stopped after he was hit.
I feel that I'm not gonna never get over. It's very hard because we belong to each other.
Bicayo hasn't been able to run since, and she struggles with driving too. DeLima's sister Andrea Makis says knowing her brother was alone makes it worse.
If we knew that the human being who did that did care about and call 911, would be less painful.
DeLima's family is asking drivers to pay attention and drive within the speed limit to prevent other tragedies.
You have to go by the speed limit, and if you see someone run, it's not what's the problem of just slowing down? That's what we are supposed to do.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Today we are seeing new video of the suspect accused of hitting and killing Trooper Thomas Clardy on the Mass Pike in Charlton. Surveillance video shows David Jaguna reportedly buying marijuana on the day of the crash. Alicia Palumbo has the latest.
That is the bag containing the marijuana.
New surveillance video allegedly shows David Jaguna, seen here in a gray Minion shirt, purchasing marijuana at a Brookline dispensary about an hour before he crashed his car into Mass State Police Trooper Thomas Clardy's cruiser on the Mass Pike in March 2016, killing him. The video from New England Treatment Access, or NETA, was presented as evidence in the trial against Jaguna as NETA employees took the stand Tuesday.
He purchased 4 pre-rolled cigarettes.
NETA employee Jacob Correll, seen here in the green hat, described the interaction he had with Jaguna the morning of the fatal crash.
Do you recall his demeanor at all that day?
Seemed happy.
Correll also described the plastic tubes the marijuana cigarettes would have been packaged in, similar to the ones investigators said they found in Jaguna's car, complete with the patient's name and product labels.
Are there any warnings on the labels?
It's illegal and dangerous to drive under the influence.
He had a prescription for medical marijuana.
All right. And do you recall if he told you when the last time he'd taken it was, from your own memory today?
He said he didn't remember exactly, but it had been several months.
UMass nurse Nancy Isabella said when Jaguna was in the ICU, he denied using marijuana prior to the crash.
I asked him twice what happened just prior to the accident, and he said he fell asleep while he was driving.
The trial continues Wednesday at 9 a.m., which will be an abbreviated day of testimony. At Worcester Superior Court, Alicia Palumbo, Worcester News Tonight.
11 Worcester School Committee candidates are set to debate tonight at Mechanics Hall. 4 incumbents and 7 challengers will have a chance to make their case before the November 5th election. At last month's debate, candidates discussed topics like racial inequity and teacher diversity. The Worcester Election Commission will meet Friday to certify the candidate who will fill the seat of the late Brian O'Connell. The 18-term school committee member passed away last week. Outreach efforts are ramping up to make sure communities are counted in the upcoming 2020 census. Our Anna Botari has more on Worcester's efforts to spread the word on its importance.
Worcester is the second largest city in New England. It's a title they look to maintain after the 2020 U.S. Census. It happens every 10 years and helps to determine federal funding.
At stake is $675 billion, which are distributed to cities and towns based on the number of people that we demonstrate to have. And these are the funding that we need for schools, road improvements, and other benefits and other programs that we all benefit from.
The Worcester Community Action Council relies on federal dollars. Head Start and fuel assistance are 2 of their largest programs. The WCAC's Mary Niddle says the most vulnerable people are sometimes the least inclined to fill out the census and be counted.
We're particularly concerned with young children, children who might be in foster care, for instance, people who might have divorced parents and neither parent counts them on their forms. It's critically important to start with the most vulnerable people and make sure that they're included.
Worcester's Economic Development Department says the city loses about $2,000 a year for each person who is not counted in the census. The result also controls how many seats in Congress each state gets.
We want to maintain our congressional representation. In 2010, we lost 1 seat, and we don't want that to happen again in 2020.
I really think that Worcester and all of central Massachusetts will be a better community when we truly can count and reflect everybody who lives here together.
By April 1st, every home will receive an invitation to participate in the 2020 census. And for the first time this year, you'll be able to respond by phone, by mail, or online. In Worcester, I'm Anna Botari, Worcester News Tonight.
WPI's robotics engineering program celebrates their 10-year anniversary Tuesday with a symposium looking at the future of robots. WPI was the first in the country to offer a bachelor's degree in robotics engineering. Researchers and industry members from across the U.S. were at today's event. The program's director says robots are an important part of people's everyday lives and an asset to many industries.
It's been an extremely successful program. We grew from just 4 graduates to now having 750 alumni.
I get to share my research with other researchers at WPI who I might not always get to see on a daily basis. And that means that we can compare ideas, share ideas back and forth, sometimes find out that the technology advancements in one subfield of robotics could actually help me in my subfield.
Robotics engineering was created in 2007 as the nation's first undergraduate robotics program, and in 2016, the program received an Innovation Award. An Auburn man has a talent for growing tall tomato plants in his backyard. He might not enjoy the fruit, but he does it for his wife, who loves them. Our Valerie Bell joins us now with more. Valerie.
Yeah, Olivia, this man has the largest tomato plant I've ever seen. Now, if you want to put it in perspective, that's more than 3 times my height. So today I talked to him and his wife to find more about their story.
I don't eat the tomatoes because they're acid.
Mo Chenard doesn't eat tomatoes, but 3 years ago he started planting them for his wife of 57 years. Now, Mo and Barbara's quiet backyard in Auburn is home to a 17-foot-tall tomato plant.
I got some tomato plants. I don't know where I bought them, but evidently I bought some cherry because my wife likes cherry tomatoes.
His plants did well, so he kept those seeds and planted them. Last year, he grew a 17.5-foot tomato plant. So he tried again this year.
The spring we had was so cold and rainy and everything that the plant never really got to grow like it should.
Yet the tomato plant still grew to be 17 feet, with close to 100 cherry tomatoes stemming from the vines, just like his wife Barbara likes them.
They're very good, very good. I'll give them an A.
So good, many don't quite make it to the kitchen.
They don't have a chance to get into anything because I go by the vine and I just grab a handful and then that's it.
The biggest challenge is getting the tomatoes from the top of the plant.
I have a 10-foot ladder, and I put the ladder over. I don't have the ladder over here. I put the ladder over here, and I just climb up the ladder and I just pick them.
But that's where Barbara steps in to help.
My concern is when he gets on the ladder and has to put the top on and everything, that's my concern. So I'm the supervisor on that end.
Though the first deep frost will put an end to this year's tomato plant, Mo says he plans to get an even earlier start next year.
I hope to achieve 19 feet, for the Guinness Book of Records.
Mo and Barbara say they have plenty of tomatoes, so they share the rest with their friends and neighbors. In the studio, Valerie Bell, Worcester News Tonight.